naman,
Ano yung mag-check na para sure?
duha, pikas-pikas.
Uy, wala yung pulso. Alien eh.
Pag baby yung pasyente, mag-check ta og pulso sa baby sa bukton. Diri sa telephone ako. Mag-check ta sa bukton niya, diri brachial na ginatawag. Diri, kamot. Ganang sa pilo, god unsay tawag ana? Diri sa pilo, opposite sa thumb. Diba thumb diri, so diri ta opposite na diri. Pag mag-check tag pulso, kaning ra katudlo ayaw ayaw ang pagtamad. Okay? Left or right? Ayan. Diyan tayo mag-check. Either or. Pwedeng diri, pwedeng diri. Asa ang mas? Doon sa inyo ha. Okay? You check for the breathing and pulse for no more than 10 seconds. Okay? Then, continuously you check for the pulse. Kung definitive, buta sabot, naabag yun mo na feel or wala. Check bleeding kung meron. Quick look for severe bleeding. Kung naa, automatically you control the bleeding and then you bandage it. You check for shock position or nakuyapan ba ang patient. Then skin color, temperature, and moisture. Ng lapsi, ng mula, ng lagom, naga-yellow, or naga-black and blue na. Yung mga nagatibol-tibol or kanang pasa-pasa na sa iyang lawas. Those are the things na titingnan natin sa skin. Skin color, ang temperature, and ang moisture ng skin. Kanang ginapamugnaw, ng lapsi na, ng murag lahira magiging yung pagkaputi. So those are the things na titingnan natin. Okay? Naklaro siya? So inani siya ang pag-check for unconscious person.
When you find a person who appears to be unconscious, follow the emergency action steps. Check, call, care, check the scene for safety. For a child, obtain consent from a parent or guardian if present. Then check the person for responsiveness. If the person doesn't respond, call for help. If the person is face down, gently roll the person face up, keeping the head, neck, and back in a straight line so you can provide care. Once the person is on her back, open the airway by using the head tilt, chin lift technique. To perform the head tilt, chin lift technique, place one hand on the forehead and 2 fingers on the bony part of the chin. Then tilt the head back as you lift up on the chin. Maintain this position. For a child, do not tilt the head back as far as you would for an adult. Check for breathing for no more than 10 seconds. Look to see if the person's chest clearly rises and falls. Listen for escaping air from the mouth and nose. Feel for escaping air against the side of your face. Normal, effective breathing is quiet, regular, and effortless. In an unconscious adult, you may detect an irregular, gasping, or shallow breath. This is known as an agonal breath. Do not confuse this with effective breathing. Care for the person as if there is no breathing at all. If an adult is not breathing, quickly check for severe bleeding, then begin chest compressions. If a child is not breathing, give 2 rescue breaths, one after the other, before checking for bleeding and giving care for the conditions you find. Use a CPR breathing barrier if available. Tilt the head back and lift the chin up. Then pinch the nose shut and make a complete seal over the child's
Yan
mouth.
siya kung wala
Blow
kayong
gently
mask.
for about 1 second. Each breath should make the chest clearly rise. If the chest does not rise, re-tilt the child's head and try another rescue breath. After 2 successful rescue breaths, quickly scan the body for severe bleeding and care for the conditions you find. If at any time an unconscious person begins vomiting, the airway could become blocked. Roll the person onto one side and then use a finger to clear out the mouth. Once the mouth is clear, continue to provide care based on the conditions you find. If the person is unconscious but breathing, Maintain an open airway with the head tilt, chin lift technique, and monitor breathing and for any changes in condition until EMS personnel take over. If you cannot maintain an open and clear airway because of fluids or vomit, place the person in a modified Haynes recovery position by moving the person to her side while keeping the head, neck, and back in a straight line with the knees bent. If you need to leave the scene to call 911, modify this position by tucking the hand under the head.
Okay? So those are the different scenarios na pwede niyo ma-encounter when assessing the patient. You try to observe, ang ginawa nila kay patient, paharap sa inyo para makita nyo. Pero in real scenario, what we usually prefer is papunta sa amin para makita namin ano yung itsura ng pasyente, ano yung sinusuka ng pasyente, and makita namin may mga changes ba sa kanya. And at the same time, pag log roll namin, ma-assess agad namin sa likod kung ano-ano yung mga injuries ni patient. Okay? Next, we have here secondary assessment. With our secondary assessment, yun na, napalag-roll na natin, meaning recovery position na to. So, pwede na nato ibutang sa spine board si patient and then hatod na nato sa clinic. So, pag hatod sa clinic, you do secondary assessment. Ano-ano yung secondary assessment? You have to check or interview the person and ang bystander by asking ang name, edad, contact number, sinong pwedeng tawagan in case of emergency, ano yung commonly complain ng patient, ano yung iniinda niyang sakit, unsa yung ginareklamo or unsa gibatik sa patient. And then aside from that, you ask for the sample history. When we talk about sample history, you look for the signs, ask for the signs and symptoms. Anong pinagkaiba ni signs sa symptoms? Pag sinabing signs, yun yung nakikita mo kay pasyente. Pag sinabing symptoms, yun yung kinocomplain niyang masakit na hindi mo alam kung saan banda. So, kailangan mo siya tanungin, ma'am, unsa pa ilaing gibatik niyo mo? Ano pa po ba yung mga nararamdaman niyo? Saan pa po bang masakit sa inyo? Sabi niya, masakit yung ulo ko, para akong nahihilo. Dili man na mo makita kung dili niya na-verbalize. Okay? When we talk about allergies, ma'am, may mga allergies po ba kayo sa gamot, sa pagkain, or anything? Then, medication, kani. May mga maintenance po ba? Baka kasi nakaligtaang inumin. Meron ako maintenance sa sa hypertension ko, sa high blood. Di ko lang nainom kanina, pero alam ko nasa bag yun. Then you assess the patient, and then pa-check, ma'am, eto po ba yun? Anong gamot po ba yun? Anong pangalan nun? Ganyan. Pertinent past medical history. Is this the first time na nangyari sa inyo or previously? Commonly, pwedeng mangyari na redundant sa kanila, mga patol or epilepsy patient. Commonly, may mga buntis din na pwedeng nahihilo ka agad. So, yun. So, paano yung itatanong sa kanila or interview nyo sa kanila? Then, last intake and output. Ano po ba yung huli niyong kinain, ininom? Nagbawas po ba kayo kanina or nagsuka po ba kayo? Nagsuka po ba? Events leading up to the injury. Ano po ba yung huli niyong ginawa bago ito nangyari sa inyo? Hindi, naglalakad lang kami kasi nag-grocery kami tapos bigla nahilo ako. Kasi yun, natumba na, hindi na ako nasalo ng kasama ko. Yun, bulagta, lagubuda yun. So you have to ask. Other incident na pwede kasing mangyari, when you're asking for the last intake, ano yung huli niyong kinain, kailan pa po ba kayo kumain? Hindi kasi ako nag-breakfast, kasi busog pa ako, pagising ko, so dire-diretso na nag-grocery. So nagtuyok, way kaon-kaon, and then, ang nangyari, inabutan na ng tanghali, hindi pa rin kumain, anong pwedeng mangyari? Ha? Pasmo tayo na. Labad ang ulo. So, anong common dahilan? Bakit nagalabad ang ulo? Ngayong malipong? Kaya walay kaon. Ayun po ng pasmo tayo. Meaning kasi, wala na yung sugar sa iyang body. Hypoglycemia na ang patient. Dili siya diabetic. Pero diba, you try to observe. Kadang dili mo magkaon, pamahaw pa niyo. Sa inyong batiyon, di ba sa magkurong-kurong na yung kamot? Those are the indicator na nag-hypoglycemia na mo. So meaning, unsa inyong ginabuhat pag medyo batiyon na mo kagutom? Kaon mo something tamis. Chocolate, inom bumugkok, para lang energized mo, kay naluya na mo, kay tungod wala na yung sugar sa body. Okay? Mao na siya ang kasagaran. Matingala mo, anong ginatunulan ng mugkindi na